Hello friends, welcome to SFDC Amplified channel where the fun learning begins. Today we are going to decode Lightning Mail service in Salesforce. Here you can see the image, a comic one. Here Narendra Modi is publishing or broadcasting his very famous dialogue, Mitro. And you can see the look on the face of Rahul Gandhi. He's wanting to listen what message Narendra Modi is going to publish. And he wants to subscribe to it. How he can do it? Using Lightning Mail service. Whoa. Yes, my friends, we will be understanding Lightning Mail service using the example of Modi publishing Mitro and Rahul Gandhi receiving it. Can I say, can learning be more fun? Yay! So let's begin. Before starting, I want to introduce myself. My name is Smriti Sharan. I'm an avid blogger and YouTuber. I break down complex concepts like this in a very fun way so that learning can be very enjoyable and you can always remember these concepts. So let's begin. I will be covering topics like Lightning Mail service in detail. Then I will explain LMS in a very fun way using the Modi Mitro project. Then we will be creating step by step the message channel. Then we will be covering the publish and the subscribe on the message channel in very detail so that you will be understanding each concepts. So let's start. What is Lightning Mail service? It was introduced in winter 20 by Salesforce, and it's like two components which are unrelated to each other. They're able to communicate together using LMS. Two components which are not in the hierarchy. So here, like whatever technology it can be VisualForce, it can be Aura, it can be LWC, or it can be utility bar. So when they want to communicate, we can use Lightning Mail service to make them communicate. So here you see that Lightning Web component, VisualForce page, Lightning component, they are publishing or subscribing to message. We will be understanding the concepts, but basically all of them, if they want to interact, they can interact using LMS because there is something called Lightning Mail channel through which they can communicate. Okay, so now we will be understanding in more fun way. So let's take example of Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi. Let's think that they are two different components. Like because Narendra Modi is from BJP and Congress is for Rahul Gandhi. So they are like different systems. Now they want to communicate. So basically they are saying that they are part of different hierarchy, different components, how they can communicate. So in that way they cannot communicate directly. So for that we need to have Lightning Mail service so that they can exchange the communication. Now that we have the basic understanding, we will be going further and understanding the terminology of it. So there is publish, message channel and subscribe. Let's see. So when we are talking about publish, here when we saw the image, what we understood? Narendra Modi is publishing a message called Mitro. So let's suppose there is an assembly meeting in which he is broadcasting this message or publishing this message so that anyone who tunes into, he can listen to this message. So you can see in this image, right? He's standing in a hall with the speaker. He's saying Mitro. Now comes the message channel. Message channel you can think of as a medium because of which the message is going to be transmitted. And then there is subscribe. So on the other end, Rahul Gandhi wants to listen that what Modi is telling about the message, like what message he's saying. So then he has to subscribe to the channel. So you can see a very funny image where he's like turning on the radio of a specific station to listen what Modi is saying. So basically he's subscribing to the channel so that he can listen to what Modi is saying. So that's how our three concepts come. Publish, where Narendra Modi is publishing Mitro, message channel, where basically the message is passing, and then subscribe. Whoever wants to subscribe to this message is basically subscribing to it by tuning into it like a radio. So we understood the three basic concepts. Now it's a demo time. So we will be building this application. Yes. Let's see how exactly it works. So you see here, we have Modi saying Mitro, and Rahul Gandhi is waiting for the message very attentively. Look him, how he's waiting for it. And then I will click on this button. So basically there are two different components. They are not related. This is publisher component, this is subscriber component. And now they want to talk to each other. How we will do it? There is a button. Once he clicks, see, now he sees a very awesome message. He says, Mitro message received. See, he's able to receive this message. So that's what we will be building in our project. So yes, can learning be more fun? So now let's understand step by step what we need to do. So we said there are three things: publish, message channel, and subscribe. So firstly, we will be creating a message channel. What is message channel? A medium to communicate, right? So firstly, we will be making the medium to communicate. How we will do it? Let's see. So we will be opening Visual Studio Code. In Visual Studio Code, we have this Force app. How we get it? We say Control Shift P, and then we are able to create project from manifest, and then we will be connecting to a particular org. Once we have done this, we will be able, and then we can fetch whatever details they are there. So we have something like this in the project. So I will not cover that in detail because we are talking about Lightning Mesh service, but it's the basic steps which we follow. Now we have to create a medium, that is message channel. So how we need to do? I have already created for the demo purpose. Here inside it, Force app, you will be creating a new folder. Okay, you will be creating a new folder, and the folder name will be message channels. And then here you will be creating this XML. So see this XML. Here in this XML, we have master label. You can name it anything, make it relatable. You have to put it is exposed to true, and put the description. You have to follow these things. That's all. That's how you will be creating a message channel. Once you have created a message channel, you need to deploy it. Also, if you go to the package.xml, I have added this type lightning message channel. This is what is there in the package.xml, so that we are able to have it and deploy or retrieve it, whatever data it is. So now once we have all these details ready, firstly, before creating publish or subscribe, we will be deploying the channel which we have created. So how we deploy? We have authenticate to org. So if you have not, you will be doing Control Shift P, and you will be doing basically authorize in org. Mine is already authorized. Once it is authorized, you will simply deploy source to org. So basically you will be deploying it. Now let's come back. We have created a folder which we have talked about, message channel, and then in the message channel we have this XML which I have just shown. We have just explained this, and then in the package.xml we will be having this, and we will be deploying to org. Now comes to step 2, that is publishing the component. Now what we do here is important. So we have our lightning web component. We will do Control Shift P, and then we will be creating a lightning web component, and we will be naming is Mitro publish. You can name it whatever is relevant. So we will be getting these files by default. CSS file doesn't come by default. Now the next step is, so here we are in the JS. What we will do, let's understand in depth. Okay, so the first thing is about the importing. So we have to import certain components. So let's talk about firstly this import. What this import is, like we are importing the message channel. Whatever channel we created earlier, we need to import it, and we have to append C with it. So you see here, we will be creating a lightning web component with name Mitra publish, which we just did. And then we will be creating like import. We will be importing the message channel, which we just saw here, that we were importing the message channel here. And we have to append the @Salesforce, that is mandatory. Then the next step is importing Mitro message sent. So you see, we have the Mitro message. Basically, we will be publishing the Mitro. Basically, we will be publishing the message service, and we will be having the message context. Both will be imported. We'll be understanding in detail later. Then once we have done the import, what is the next step? Next step is that we will be using wire. Again, we have to import the wire from the lightning web component. Once we have imported, we will be using message context inside it. Basically, we will be injecting it. So what exactly it does? So basically, when we are talking about @wire, it's like a message context. We are setting up a permanent connection with the lightning message service. Basically, it's like tuning in to lightning message service so that we can send or receive message. So that's what we are doing. Basically, fine tuning it, wiring it, that yes, you can publish to it. And then once we have done the fine tuning, then we are basically publishing the message. Now, if you want to publish the message, how we will do it? We will be using a publish method. This method name can be anything, okay? We are talking about this. So it has 3 parameters. We'll be understanding here. So once we are doing the publish method, it's very important. So understand carefully. It has 3 parts: message context, message channel, and message payload. Let's understand that in fun way. So basically, Modi steps into the message context. It's like fine tuning or wiring. So basically making things ready or up to date before he speaks or publishes or broadcasts the message. Then comes the message channel, basically the medium by which the message is being passed. And then we have the message itself, basically the message he wants to deliver. So we do the 3 parts: message context, that is the making things ready, then the channel, the medium with which the message is going to pass, and then the payload. Payload is basically the actual message. So you see here, right, the actual message Mitro is being saved in this constant, and that's what we are putting it here. So that's how it becomes ready. So this is our JS file. Let's just give a look to HTML file. In HTML file, I'm using the static resource image, so I'm putting it here. So in the JS, basically I called the static resource image and I use it here in the HTML. Once that is done, then we have the button, right? We saw the button here, publish Mitro message. So when we are talking about the button, what happens is like it calls this particular message. Once we are talking the publish message, so if we are going here, we will be seeing that inside this method we can call any method, other method name also. So inside it, what we are doing, we are publishing it. So this is how we publish. Now we have done this part. Third is XML. In the XML, we'll put is exposed to true, and then we'll be putting the target wherever we want this particular component to be there. We are basically actually putting it in the record page, but you can put in different places wherever you put target. Now that this part is clear, now the next part, that is third part. So it has 3 parts, right? Message context, publish, and then subscribe. We are talking about the third part. So basically Rahul Gandhi wants to receive the message, so he wants to subscribe to it. So how we do it? So there are steps to it. Let's dive deep. Firstly, we have to create the component. So here I will be creating a component. I have this component which I have created. Again, we have to import. What we have to import? We have to import subscribe and message context because we have to subscribe to the message. Then we have to import the channel name, which we have done earlier also. So that is there. And then we have to put import the wire also because we are wiring things which we discussed earlier. Now let's see how exactly it works. So we have wire, again basically fine tuning or injecting or making things ready so that the actual communication happens. So we are doing that here. Then the next part is subscribing, how we will be doing the subscribe. Okay, so if we go here, we are we have imported the things, we have done the wire, and after wiring we will be doing the subscribing part. Let's see the subscribing part. You see, let me come here. See, this is the subscribe part to it. Basically in the subscribe, again it has multiple parameters, and then we are able to subscribe. So let's understand the parameters for subscribe. It's very important. Again, it has message context, message channel, listener, and then subscriber options. So we are using like message context, which we understood that information about the lightning web component, basically fine tuning everything which we understood. Then we have the message channel itself. Message channel is like medium, which we discussed. Listener basically handles the message once it is published. It's like waiting for a message to arrive. Like basically Rahul Gandhi decides to receive the message, so that is listener. And then we have another parameter called subscriber options. It's an optional parameter. Basically you can think of it as like, for example, Rahul Gandhi wants that everyone should be able to hear what Modi says even if he is not in the hall. So he can use subscriber option with the scope, application scope, where he can make sure that message is heard even outside the hall. So this is how he does it. So it's a basic example which I'm trying to give, that what it means. We have not used this example in this case. So if I go back, we have done the fine tuning and we are talking about this. See, it has multiple parameters. See this, we are talking about here subscription. Here we say subscribe method, and then we put the message context, making things ready, like which we are doing it through wire. Then we have the channel name, and then we have the message. We are basically whatever message is there, we are putting in the handle message. And what handle message actually does, basically here what it does is, you saw the picture being changed, right? If you see here, I will just refresh for your understanding. So what exactly happened once I click the button? See, the picture got changed, right? So picture got changed, and then so what we did is changing the picture, and mainly you can see that making it, basically making that picture true or the picture false, and then we are receiving the message. So that's how we are receiving the message. So that's what we do. If we come back, what what exactly we do? If I go here, so we have imported, we have done the wiring, then after wiring we have subscribed to the channel. Okay, that's the steps we are taking. Now we have the connected callback. So basically this particular subscribe method we're calling inside the connected callback. Basically when we have the DOM loaded, then we have the connected callback. So whatever we have subscribed, we can put it here. Now basically we are also checking that the subscription is null. So only when the subscription is null, basically then there is nothing being subscribed, that time you should be able to subscribe, not otherwise. So you can skip the if else condition or make the use of best practice, and you can use that as well. But the main things which we have done is importing, wiring, and then subscribing, and then handling the message, and then adding it to the connected callback. So these are the steps. So if we go to summarize it, see, we subscribe to the message channel, we use the subscribe method, then we use the communication over the message channel, and then we have the parameters. Now that we are good here, we will be moving on. So we are near the end. So basically Modi sends the message using the message context, it travels using the message channel, and Rahul listens it. So these are the parameters. So if we go here, you see these are the parameters. Now if I just show you the HTML of it, see, one HTML template is for image, like initial image and initial text before the button is being clicked, and then one is after the button is being clicked. Okay, so before the button is clicked, one template is being called, and otherwise other template is being called. So see, initially we have made both the templates as like Rahul standing is false, the initial one, and Mitro message is so this is true, this is false. Later on we make reverse so that it gets off, and the one we are able to see. So you have the code. I'm sharing the document so you can understand in more detail, but basically we are making it true. That time we will be seeing this image and we will see this message. And then basically once the subscribe happens, so once the subscribe happens, so it has handling the message, right? So once the actual message is actually received, then what should happen? Then we will be going to receive the message. See, this is the message being received. How it is being passed? So we have this message, right? So this message is passed in handle message, and handle message is actually taking care of it and displaying whatever message is being received. So see, receive message, we have the message. So that's how exactly it works. So receive message is having the message, right? So in HTML we have the receive message. So this is how we are able to have this image ready, where we are able to see that Modi is publishing the message, Mitro, and then a very comical approach of Rahul Gandhi receiving this message. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and please comment so that I can make more future videos like this. Let me know if you like, or any feedback will be really good. Thank you so much.